My name's Rhapsody, welcome back to Inscryption, Kaycee's mod. I was having a look through the unlocks, and over here in challenges I'm seeing we haven't done No Clover and we haven't done Grizzly bosses. So, I propose zero cost deck. I love the zero cost deck. Grizzly bosses and No Clover. No ability to reroll card choice is going to be a bit of a rough in here, but we already have 50 on the old challenge points. Wait a second. All challenge levels cleared. Do I have to turn on any more than these in order to complete the challenge? Doesn't prompt me to. So I'm going to do it like this, but specifically because I think I want to do this, as in have all of the challenges complete, and then start working on trying to get a run done with every single challenge. But first, a little bit of removal already. Love to see it. This hasn't been replaced. All right. No rerolls, so I'm gonna need like a big payoff card here, hopefully. No. These are not that. These aren't they. I mean, Pronghorn's pretty good here, as well as the Adder, maybe? Or even Mealworm. I'm gonna go Prong and Mealworm here. I will make good use of these. Yeah, so one fire up there. So ideally, we're gonna want the Mealworm's Morsel ability, if the card bearing the sigil is sacrificed at its stat values to the card that we sacrificed for, into one of our lower cost characters, and then we want to sacrifice that lower cost character in order to summon the Pronghorn. The Pronghorn's doing more damage with its prongs. Obviously, the Pronghorn is later going to sacrifice its sigils into someone else. So I think I will go for the early sigil sacrifice, and I think we can put the Mealworm either into the Tadpole or the Gek, because the Tadpole will level up and become a Bullfrog, becoming a 1-2 at the time, which means it will donate more stats, but it's not donating more damage stats. And also I have to wait a turn for that to happen. This at least makes the Pronghorn like a solid damage dealer. It's dealing as much damage, I guess on an empty board, as, whoop. Damn. Dealing as much damage on an empty board as a Direwolf would. Alright, we go Gek and Squirrel for the Pronghorn in this position. I've made sure to gate it such that the Pronghorn could only be in, even if it tried to sprint, it was not going to get off to an area where it was going to be doing double damage, but at the same time, I was already doing lethal, so that didn't really matter. Increasing the stats of the Gek is huge for us. Picking up a card, not great, but also the other side is going to give me a card regardless because I'm full up on items. Oops. I like me a gamble, picking a boulder. An endlessly sacrificed workaround? I mean, it's not the worst thing. I would still probably pretty happily remove it. I will say this, we only really care about giving damage to the Gek. I think I'm gonna try and remove this workaround. Okay. We're not gonna do that, I guess. Well, I said I was gonna try. I didn't say I was going to remove it. So frankly, I held steady. We're looking at that, and then that, and then that to get a Pronghorn there. Lethal. Item. 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 Raps. Item. I have to go left, otherwise I get punished for the mistake I just made. Where did I place that clover? The biggest minions here are in Stag, but I think... Oh no. Oh no, why? I thought I was going to try and get value out of that side, but now I get a ringworm. Because there's good sigils often in insects. Not always, clearly. Just often. We'll take an insect head here. Item. Item. Item? Item, item, item. I'm gonna just immediately click pliers. So, pliers incoming. 3, 2, 1. Plier usage. And we're good. I mean, that's already lethal on turn 1, I believe. Get him. I wonder if no clover means that I actually do care more about my overkill damage and that kind of... Oh man, 2 fires on the other side. I think I do try and remove the ringworm as well. I got baited into that. Grizzly, that's a payoff card. That's something the pronghorn can go sack its stuff into. I love that. I like and love that. Yeah, this ringworm's never really going to be a valuable element in this deck. Oh man, but that's damage. That's what I wanted on the deck. You better remove it. You absolutely... Thank you. Okay. Hey, now we actually have a burnt mealworm, a burnt ringworm on the first floor, and then mealworm in the Gek, so we can double buff that Gek for the rest of the run. This actually worked out pretty well. It could have gone awfully, though. The mud tugged hard at your feet, forcing you to slow your pace. A rank odor caused your stomach to churn, and your eyes to water. It was the rotting fish that hung from the branches around you. A huge man approached. I'm the angler. You are the fish. I mean, like, that's turn 1 lethal if I want to get Grizzly out. Is it? No. It is if I sacrifice the Gek in order to get it out. I don't think I have the achievement for stealing something from the enemy that they stole from me. So I might actually attempt to get that here. Because we're on, you know, a little bit of an easier... Wait, we're not on an easier run. The enemy's gonna spawn a bunch of grizzlies here. I forgot about that. I legitimately forgot about that. We need flight. Yeah, see, alright. That'll break that form. Maybe this is a scouting run. Oh boy. Oh, no, flight wasn't gonna get me past those. So 6 damage double attack would do it. Tadpole here. Okay, we can get the pronghorn out with the double attack. We can take one of their bears. So we push 4 damage, we push 4 against their grizzly, they push 4 back. They're gonna get another grizzly down on this field, they'll push 4 there. Actually, no, we have lethal. Yeah. The fish hook do the lethal. Yoingy. And then get into the pole. That'll do it. We push 6. Okay. Nice try. We're gonna need a better solution, though, than what we've done so far. You will not perish quite yet. Maybe the boss rares help us out with that? Pelt ice. I don't want to mess with that right now. Strange lava. Molman. Molman is nice defense. Strange lava does get us a big minion, though. I have to protect it for a couple turns, and I'm not really a slow deck. I'm gonna take Molman. Possibly be able to put that on a moose buck, get the moose buck to help defend me against some BLs later. Okay. Sheets of icy snow battered your body as you fought your way up a vantage point. The snow-covered trees jutted out from the landscape like prickly, misplaced teeth. You'd continued on through the snow line. Okay, so I see a fire. I already know we're bound for that. I think I take stag or beast here. Stag. Not actually exactly what I'm looking for. Especially if we get damage here, the Gek buffs are huge. Health is okay. I mean, I guess health is really quite good against the... do I need to use an item here? I don't need to use an item here. I guess health is really quite good against the... Brain.exe is timed out. Grizzlies. How'd that one go missing in there? Okay, so their movements next turn are going to be elk form comes down, attack moves over to the left, attack moves over to the left, so they're going to be in the left 2 spaces over there. So my tadpole goes there. And my pronghorn goes here. I believe. Should give me the ability to kill both of those in time to prevent any elks. There we go, no big time elks for me, thank you. Ah yes, a moment. Oh no, pronghorn of course gets that kill, nice. I mean, we push one and they push one. They're gonna be able to get more enemies on the field, I guess. I'm just gonna start drawing resources and kill the elk the old-fashioned way. That'll do it. I'm pretty sure I had a Grizzly in this deck, or at least one big minion in here somewhere. Good deck. It's a lot of defense as well, actually, if I wanted to sack that for the Molman. Don't think I will, though. Again. Oh my god. Do I sack it for the worker? Last card in the deck is the Grizzly. So I guess that's when I sack the pronghorn for the worker ant. And then summon off of the worker ant the mole man, and then summon the Grizzly over the top of all of them. Okay. I'm game. And then, I mean, that can just go there, and then we take out the remaining 2 enemies on the field. We push 6 this turn. Ah, happens to be more than lethal. Dang. Hopefully at the end of this line is not just a trapper that I now have to use. Magpie, huge pickup there, getting the 0 cost pull a card from the deck. Couldn't be happier about that. We'll steal minions from the enemies. There is another battle before there's possibly another bag, so I know that I don't have to use an item in this fight. But I can if I just want to get the squirrel out right now. The grizzly out right now. Wait, no, I can't summon the grizzly as well as kill without using the squirrel and the pliers. And having some items for helping to invalidate the boss at the very end is going to be pretty important, I feel. Because our deck is not fast right now. Okay. Get the grizzly out on turn 1. Have it oppose the turkey vulture because it's going to have to kill that next turn. Don't really do anything about that pronghorn right now. I swear I have some 0 cost cards in here. Oh, I was pretty sure about it. Oh, look, there's one of them. There's one of them now. We will kill the enemy this turn and it won't matter. I should draw a couple more squirrels maybe from this deck. Got a couple pronghorns in here that I haven't managed to sack off into a different card yet. This is going to be awkward as well because now I'm feeling like I kind of want to go for another 3 cost. But the ability for me to go to 3 cost here is very much predicated. Oh my god, that's huge. But it's very much predicated on my ability to merge some minions at some point. I've had so few opportunities to. Ooh, double attack from now. I mean, double attack just being on deck for us to be able to use later is pretty good. I don't really have the ability to utilize it too much. Yeah, we don't need to pick up an item here. Okay. We can... I really don't want to... I really don't want that moose buck to just deal 3 damage to me on turn 1. That workaround being able to... Oh, it does push 2 damage there. It's still pretty good. That workaround being able to save us from that hit's pretty huge. Okay. So I can draw from here and get into the magpie. With a double sack like that. And if I get the Gek out, that's the pronghorn in my hand. We can actually get a pretty reasonable block as well as more damage in here. Oh, they've lethal. that'll do it. Man, I really wish I knew if that fire was damage before going there. I don't want any of these. Closest is probably the turkey vulture. Just as a possible closer for fights. Man, this deck is way too freaking thick right now. Kind of needs that workaround with the amount of cards in here too. Another buff to only the Gek. 1 card. If I don't draw it, I lose. Whoa. Why so much health? Please. It's the least useful thing for me. Again, it's kind of good against the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are also going to have flight blocks, so flight's not going to be the thing that helps me here. Being able to push 2 damage with just items in hand, that could be pretty okay. Giving the enemy a frozen opossum, put that on the left-hand side of my board, and then rotate the board so they get a frozen opossum and I get a grizzly. That actually might be a pretty sick swing to do. It's also worth noting, the second phase of each of these bosses is just gonna be bears, so I don't have to worry about the original second phase. The trapper stood before you. Out of habit, you reached for your collection of teeth. The man grimaced and shook his head.
I'm afraid I must be skinning you today.
He's already got the deep red eyes, and he hasn't even put the bears on board.
Bears go on board, how they're adored.
I mean, immediately I'm thinking Gek in the smoke in order to put the pronghorn down here. It attacks left, right, getting both of the strange frogs. Moves over. I mean, I do need to deal damage as well. Because I don't think I get any pelts. I don't think I can buy the bears away from the enemy in the next phase, right? It's just going to be bears on board. I can push 2 damage this turn. But this actually also prevents 2 instances of damage, so it's pretty effectual. And then I'm gonna need some time to draw resources while all of this is happening. Shouldn't be too bad. Thank you, Pronghorn, for keeping yourself safe whilst doing all of this. Nice placement. Only even doing 2 damage next turn as well. Should probably get some squirrels. Not finding much ability to summon yet. Okay. Let's go for one more draw. About to push the lethal this turn on the enemy. Okay. I don't even move over here. They get that. The thing is clearing one of theirs that's really hard. Taking this deck, work around. Okay, so my original consideration, frozen opossum would go in this space just to block up their board. I mean, I could give them a squirrel, but I can sacrifice the squirrel. I can't sacrifice the frozen opossum. It goes in that space. They rotate their grizzly to me. So I've now got a pronghorn here and a grizzly here. Before I do that, I should put down one of my own grizzlies. But if I put down a grizzly here and then the frozen opossum, the grizzly is actually just gonna have to attack over the frozen opossum then. I don't have any flying minions that could attack over the top instead, do I? I don't want to randomly just give them a flying opossum eventually. I guess I could put the grizzly here, right? Squirrel, 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 put the grizzly here, frozen opossum goes there. I rotate the board, so now I've got a pronghorn in this position, a grizzly in this position, a grizzly in this position. That's pretty good. And then do I want to workaround down as well? It is a 6 block. So that would be workaround here. Although, again, that's the one that opposes an opossum. So I guess the workaround goes down if I think I'm going to need a huge amount more resources after this point, which I don't think is going to be the case. Okay. And then Grizzly goes bop, bop, bop. Summons here. Is that 8? Yeah, that's 8. I could get the turkey vulture to start attacking over the top of the frozen opossum as well. Take the frozen opossum, you go there. Turkey vulture goes there. I rotate the board. Right? They managed to summon some stuff. They don't kill any of my board. I have another turn like that and they win. Whew. All right then. You will not perish quite yet. Being able to do this with some items is pretty good. The items are very handy here. Or long elk. The ability to touch of death that front line, maybe prong touch of death even. I really need sacrifice sigils. Maybe the item's even better for us right now. Because I have so much in the deck that needs to sacrifice. Like, Magpie needs to go into Rabbit. Pronghorn needs to go into Grizzly. Are those the only two I desperately need to do? Because I could then maybe take a Pack Rat or a... I mean, Long Elk is a lot easier to take. Go with the Long Elk. I'm gonna give it a look in this time. Well, those were bugs, right? I didn't have to worry about the fact they had double attack. You heard the howling of wolves greeting the morning sun. The sight of a nearby coyote caused you to quicken your pace. You'd reached the woodlands. There is a straight up removal near the top there. I don't dislike more Grizzly. I like the possibility of stitching them together later, and there will be mycologists over the course of this. Definitely gonna need sack spaces. Really wish that I had some health, some attack rather on the Gek, but oh well. Probably the most important thing here right now is getting the Magpie into the Rabbit so that I can actually look into my draw pile. Because there's some very specific cards I'd like to get out of there. And it's a very thick deck. Hello, worker. Boy, howdy. Put you down on the board, I think. Push a little damage. Ha ha ha. They block their own summon. I'm gonna make the safe play here and just draw 2 to get a Grizzly out on the field. I mean, sack and work around, but it doesn't matter. This Grizzly now pushes enough damage to the back line to kill that Pronghorn, as well as the unit it was gonna summon. The enemies get an Elk Fawn out on board. Wait, they push 2 damage? Okay, cool. So, I was like, no, there's no lethal here, is there? We're gonna line up and kill 2 more Elk Fawn. Turkey Vulture, can't do anything with that. Also, get 1 more damage on that line. Beautiful. Couldn't be happier. That'll get a Pronghorn out there. What's going to be the straight up card removal? Because we are bound for that space. Could easily be introduced into the deck here. I mean... Worker does have a second attack. I'm gonna take it. I don't know, I'm feeling spicy. Our straight up removal, I would have taken a Black Goat, so I would have the ability to straight up summon the Turkey Vulture or the Long Elk on turn 1. As for in our current position, Moleman's a good stalling tool. Pronghorn is one of the ones that's going to receive a Long Elk, and then the other Pronghorn goes into the other card. Honestly, Turkey Vulture feels bad, because unless we have something like the Opossum, we're not going to be able to just fly over the enemy minions. And it's a lot of bones. Like, we don't really get that many bones. Not commonly, at least. Why do I feel like that mycologist is not going to have a bunch of stuff behind it that I'm going to need? Hey, Long Elk. Good to see ya. I'm about to let them push 3 damage on turn 1 right now. Pronghorn will be able to kill the coyote and then protect against the porcupine on the next turn. So... but it can't save us against that. I don't have single candle at the moment, do I? Yeah, let's draw from this deck. It's not going to be enough, is it? Yeah, it's the fact they're going to summon more. Squirrel into workaround. We'll push 1 damage against them as well as remove the coyote. We can also block 1 damage next round. They're going to push 3. So we push 1, they push 3. They are going to beat us this round unless I use my item. I think I will. Players coming out in 3, 2, 1. Yoink. Now, I can push 2 damage this turn, as well as take out 2 enemy minions, which I think does get us back on pace. Made space for the worst minions possible. Great. Let's get another basic summon out here. I think I know how this has got to go. Get the squirrel down, and then we're going to have to sacrifice all 3 of these in order to get the grizzly here. And then Long Elk there. That's actually already 6 damage next turn. Perfect. Might as well just get a little bit more damage down there. If you can. Perfect. Whew. Yeah, I'm not feeling optimistic about ending up with not so many cards in the deck after all this. Loose bucket's not bad. Oh, second mycologist event though. One for each of you. The first should definitely be the Grizzlies. Sigil sacrifice space. I guess we could go to it. I don't really care about joining the workarounds together. And the Pronghorns do want to be sacrificed into other things or have things sacrificed into them as well. Pronghorn, they're gonna attack like that. I mean, I'll protect against the Pronghorn damage and then set myself up possibly for the workaround to do a little bit more afterwards. Get that tadpole starting to grow over on the other side. So Pronghorn, I can push 2 damage. I can push 3 damage this turn. Just go straight for the lethal. No mucking about. Never mind. Sorry, what I meant was extreme mucking about. I do kind of just want to thump the Grizzly on the board. Like, okay, deal with that then. Yeah, well done. Now the Grizzly kills you. Never mind. Ding! God, I got a second candle. I thought that thing was dead twice. Just blank. Couldn't see it for some reason. Darling, give me a 1. I mean, well, I joined the other 2 Grizzlies, right? So few sacrificial sigil spaces. God. No, I be damage, please. Thank you. I need more consistent, usable minions. I can't have the god draw save me from everything. So long out gets sacrificed into the pronghorn or the inverse. 4 bones is not impossible to get. Like, all I have to do is summon 1 big minion for that really to be available for me. Okay. Oh. Stand in the way of my goal? Be damned! I'm gonna have to kill the pack mule here as well. The resources are gonna matter. Wow, I could push lethal right this turn. Wait, oh, is the enemy still gonna knock my entire board into gold nuggets? I guess that's like a turn's worth of defense if it does. I could kill this turn, to be clear. I could get the worker ant and the other worker ant out on the board, and both of them would push 2 damage apiece 2 times, 8 damage total. We knock the enemy. I just don't have enough resources for that to be a good idea. I'm gonna go for the Rabbi into the worker ant. I still will do part of it. Get the worker ant down. And then next turn, I will get the other worker ant down. Yes. Oh, that's mean. That adder coming down on that line. That ball. So we, this turn, will actually push lethal as well as kill the pack mule. Boy. No, wait, we won't. The mole goes there, it gets killed. Then the worker ant attacks and attacks 1 more time, doesn't die. So if I want to kill this turn, I use more creatures. God, that's mean. Put like the cuckoo down. Because I want to have a bunch of gold nuggets to block the entire enemy's first turn so that I have some more time to build up. Whereas if their adder comes down and kills my worker ant, like, I leave more open spaces in that first turn. This is a weird one. I'm not entirely confident about my play here. Dagnabbit! We were 4 away from lethal, not 3, right? Yep. Yeah. No, I knew that, and I was testing you. Gotta keep you sharp. It's fine. It'll be fine. I hope. I do just need a little time to draw. Okay. How do I get that? Because this turn I do kill. The worker ant just murders. I don't even know if they are going to wipe my entire board like that. I guess next turn I could just chump block with 2 squirrels if that's the case. Yeah, I don't need to play the squirrels to make them gold nuggets specifically beforehand. They don't even change. Okay, so I'm protected double against the boulder on the other hand side already. We have to draw from the main. Moose bug. Okay. So the get sacrificing for the moose buck would give me the ability to kill a grizzly, but then I would also move out of the way and then let a grizzly attack through my lane. I feel like I need a defensive turn here, like a squirrel into a mole man. Because this board I can't do anything about. I guess my moose buck would. It would push the workaround across. Right? We'll move in the direction. We'll move in the direction as described by the sigil. So it will attempt to move right. It can't move right because of the boulder. It will assess that and then try and move left, and it will move left and will push the workaround. So I'll push 6 damage. Another grizzly comes down. It pushes 4 damage on that line. Workaround is over here. Grizzly blocks. Grizzly blocks. Is that bad? Or is that actually pretty sick? Maybe that's actually pretty sick. Wait, I have to sacrifice all 3 in order to get the moose buck out on the field. That means the wild bull is basically the same as the moose buck to me, right? Because it's going to have 11 health. That's the ability to take 2 attacks and survive from Grizzly. But the thing is, if I don't summon a moose buck with 3 spaces on the board, I'm never summoning a moose buck. Whereas I can summon the wild bull with only 2 spaces available. I'm just perplexed. There you go, wild bull. There's a grizzly. Can't really summon it. I can just squirrel into Mole Man. Squirrel. I mean, I could even squirrel Warrens into Mole Man just so that I get the rabbit hole back in hand. I think I will. Okay, 1 rabbit, a Wolverine. I could summon the Wolverine, which means I can get the Grizzly out on board. The Grizzly has 8 damage. Like, without prong, I can't do anything to the enemy. I can't fly over them. Yeah, long elk, great, huge pickup. It goes here, kills this one and this one. Then the wild bull pushes 6 damage and moves over. Well, the elk tries to move over first, moves it over here. It pushes 6 damage, moves over. So they've got 4, no, not just 4, they've got 8 incoming damage the next turn, is the problem with that. I guess I have to block again with another unit on a different line. Okay. I think the only clear thing to me here is the long elk has to go here. It takes out 2 grizzlies. Unless it needs to go here and take out that and then move. No. So in the action resolution, take out, our long elk tries to move, moves over to here. Wild bull pushes 6 damage, moves over to here. We block 4, but we lose the wild elk. Wild bull. We take 4 from the grizzly. And 4 from this grizzly. So we take 8. Which means we do need to block 1 more turn's worth of damage from them. Which means we could put down the Wolverine or the rabbit. I don't think I'm ever getting value out of the Wolverine. But also I don't need to. It's just better than the rabbit right now. And that's the line that's going to be attacking as well. So, I can chump with a Wolverine as well as a rabbit this turn. A squirrel. That would be chumping here and here. And then long out kills. Yes. Yeah, as long as the enemy doesn't summon anything else, we win. As long as this is them tapped out. Because then the long elk is coming over and just clearing while dealing some damage. Beauty. We did it. It's gonna take a while, but I have enough draws left in my deck that I'm pretty confident here. Right? Right? Yeah, that's it. Got him. Okay. You will not perish quite yet. I'd love to use the Sigil Sacrifice space here in the end, but maybe I need to get 3 items for the final boss. Ouroboros giving its resummon Sigil. Ouroboros honestly just being having the ability to consistently go back down would be nice. It's high on cost, but all of them are. I'm gonna take the amalgam actually as some damage. Also, it's gonna double attack because of the insectoid totem. Okay. Is 1 sack into another creature very important right now? The pronghorn going into the grizzly is huge. It's very big. That's gigantic in impact. I have to do it. Turns a card I don't want to draw into nothing, and then a card that I do want to draw into a fight closer. So they said Grizzlies were going to be at the first 3 bosses. Are they going to be at all of them? Not all of them. Sorry. Is there going to be a different thing here instead? The end is upon us. I mean, Leshy's eyes are red. Another flame. Hey, bud. Early long elk. Oh, wow, I can't even summon the Grizzly on turn 1. That sucks. Phase change next turn. We'll force them to skip the end of their turn. Phase change the turn after. We'll force them to skip the end of their turn as well, I believe. I should be able to close this. I believe. So it'd be squirrel, squirrel, smoke. Then we sack all of them for the Grizzly. Left side kills the Mole Man as well as the Mantis in the back line. Right side kills the enemy. That locks them this turn, preventing them from thumping my board. And then as long as I also hit them this turn, which I will do, they're also locked from killing this Grizzly, which means they're gonna have to put the moon down on the field and lose their mask. Whew. The moon is waning. I feel like we might have this challenge. Do you dare attack the moon?
Yeah.
Absolutely, I do. Gek. Long out, go down. Ooh, I mean, we're giving double damage to the creature from the Gek. Do we want to put it on the workaround then? No. It's got to be Grizzlies closing out the fight. The only thing stronger than our arms is our relationship with one another. Get him. Get him, Grizzlies. It's only appropriate. If the enemy is going to try and trounce me consistently with Grizzlies, I'm going to do it right back. 17 misplays, and we still managed to make it through. To be fair, we did only have 2 challenges on there. Is that... Yeah, that totally counted for the completion of those 2. Well, next episode, it's time to go straight to hell as we turn on every single one of the challenges. But for the moment, my name is Rhapsody, the name of the game has been Inscryption. Kaycee's mod up in that top left. You can find the series playlist for all of my content on this game, past, present, and future. Down below, you can find YouTube's recommendation for what it thinks you should watch next, and streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays at or above the $10 tier. And a special thanks this episode to Doyler. Dyler? I always kind of say that in a bit of a different way.